Hi and welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Claire Attio, female empowerment coach and shamanic practitioner, and I'm just sat here to do this video to give you a little bit of insight of the journey that I've taken so far. And I'm sat here, and I don't know if you can actually pick it up on speaker, but there's a little squirrel that's just calm. He's gone quiet now I've said that. But he was up there and he was chirping away, which was absolutely amazing. Anyway, on with the video. Okay, so I actually came into my spirituality has always been there. My connection to divinity has always been there, as it is for everybody. My ability to see spirit was always there, but like many, I was taught that it was just my imagination. And in my desire to fit in my desire not to feel different, in my desire to be part of the gang, I actually kind of closed that side of me down. And I was in my late 40s when I actually discovered that my personality type, the things I'd been experiencing throughout my life, the knowledge that I was able to pick up, the insights into people's emotional states without even knowing who they were, had a name, and it was called Empath. And that led me down a journey of actually discovering what empath meant. And I kind of, as I read all the lists and I ticked all the boxes, and I can't explain to you the sheer relief I felt in that moment, the sheer sense of belonging I felt in that moment, the understanding that I wasn't alone. I wasn't this crazy woman with these so-say abilities, because we know that in the real world there are so few that want to even try to understand how you're feeling. I'd always been told that I was hypersensitive. I was always told that I thought too deeply into things. He's chirping again. I was always told, oh, so many things that brought negativity into my life, that made me believe negatively about myself, that made me even question myself, and so many times. But there's no denying, when I was, the memories are there, there's no denying. When I was a child, I can remember waking up one night and having a dog beside me. Animals were a very big thing. They are a very big thing. That brings in the whole shamanic side. But I didn't learn that until much later. But I can remember, and it's one of those, it wasn't a dream, it was one of those situations that stayed with me forever. I can remember having a dog come to me in the night, and it was a neighbour's dog from a few houses up the road, and I remember calling out for my dad, saying, the dog's in my bed, the dog's in my bed, there's something wrong with the old lady. I can't even remember her name now, it was that long ago. I was so young. And my dad coming in and comforting me and saying, no, it's okay, there's nothing here, switching the light on, checking everywhere. But the whole time I'm sat in the bed and I've got the dog beside me. And I'm saying, and I can remember the frustration I felt as a child that nobody else could see this dog. The next day, I remember overhearing my parents talking about the whole situation, and the fact that when I'd actually called out to Dad, that was when an ambulance had been called for the old lady. Now, I'm of a generation that those kind of things weren't discussed within families. It was kind of, keep that quiet. There's so many different situations, and I can guarantee you, if just come into being an empath, if you're just learning or questioning whether you are an empath, one, by all means, look through all the videos. There's thousands out there. Look through them. See if you have the traits. If you tick the boxes. But also trust yourself. One of the biggest things about being on, one of the biggest learnings for me was to learn to trust myself, to learn to trust my knowing, my intuition, my higher self-knowledge. If you can start to learn to trust that, empath or not, you will start to have a much more fulfilling and abundant life. That's the first lesson I would say to anybody, empath or not, beginning to awaken, beginning to explore what spirituality means for them. Because trusting yourself is the number one key point. And then taking action from what your gut brain, your heart brain are telling you, and taking action in a way that serves you whilst serving the greater collective. There are so many aspects to spirituality, so many different things to learn, so many paths you can actually take. But if you're an empath, know this, you're here to lead. You're not here to follow. You're here to shine. You're not here to dim yourself down. And you're here to first uncover the hidden knowledge within you and then to share it, to bring more light, to raise the vibrations. Because so many people are struggling. So many people are struggling in this materialistic, money-driven, power-hungry world that we find ourselves in today. And internally, they are craving something different. Internally, they have a knowing that the path that they're on is not the path that is for them. But they need permission. They don't have the knowledge that you have of past soul evolution. That's basically what is making us empaths, okay? That we have lived many, many lives and we have learnt many, many lessons. It's not that we're better, it's just that we have had greater opportunities to explore, to uncover, to develop, to embrace, to surrender. And so when we actually start to unpack that in this life, that is then when we bring in the light of divinity, we can actually be that beacon for others to actually start exploring themselves, to actually start taking responsibility for their well-being, to actually question some of the societal structures. We are moving into a new age and we need the light workers, the empaths, the star seeds to all awaken, to all embrace and unpack who they are so that they can be that beacon of light for others to follow. That's why I say you're not here to be a follower, you are here to be a leader, whatever that looks like. Whether you do YouTube videos, whether you go onto television and become a superstar, or whether you just change lives one-on-one. And I say just, but don't underestimate that just. One-on-one by smiling at a stranger. You, in those moments, you giving of yourself unconditionally, you giving of that light, sharing that light, is of service. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't value yourself, your capabilities, your knowledge, what you can actually do in the here, the now, today. Doesn't matter whether you know lots or a little, you can affect change just by opening your heart space and sharing that with others. And for this video, I shall leave it at that. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, then please give me your thumbs up. Absolutely 100% appreciated. And excuse the dog, please, join me, subscribe, get updates for when new videos go live. Blessings to you all.